Welcome to my new video that is a gameplay in the Jagdtiger. Let's start as always. What is my BPM? This is the question I ask myself before I jump into a match. B stands for BR. The initial spawn costs of my Jagdtiger tell me that this is a full down tier match. The purpose of the Jagdtiger as a heavy tank destroyer is to play it like a casemate. For those who haven't seen my video yet on how I recommend to play this vehicle, I will put the link into the description of this video. In addition to the casemate playstyle, I also want to brawl with the Jagdtiger when I got a down tier match. M stands for map tactics, and I haven't made a guide yet for Fields of Normandy. But I want to brawl at the capture point A. When I play a casemate tank like the Jagdtiger, I want to stick with teammates and start from the second or third row. This is why I picked the capture point A. Normally on this map a lot of players tend to go to the capture point A. We are already a few seconds into the match and the first wave of my teammates that rushed to the capture point A got destroyed. This can be a pretty common situation when you play on this map, especially at a capture point A, or when you play the Jagdtiger that is a heavy tank destroyer and therefore very slow and needs some time to get into position. When I see that my teammates die in front of me, I need to back up with a casemate tank and especially with the heavy tank destroyer Jagdtiger. I need the support of my teammates to be able to survive in this tank. Also on this map you have to be aware that the enemy is able to shoot on your side armor when you are at A. This is why I back up with the Jagdtiger and minimize the angle of possible threats. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to help my teammate in the light tank at the capture point A. This map isn't that easy. Normally the team that has occupied the capture point A is either pushing the enemy spawn or spawn camping it. In this situation the enemy has the capture point B that is also a threat for the capture point A, and my team died around A. This means there must be some enemies nearby. In this situation I was able to detect an enemy to my right and I used the mobility of the Jagdtiger to take him out. Immediately I back up again and position my front armor towards the enemy. Now I have to wait for my team to catch up again before we push the capture point. On the minimap I can see that there are some teammates to my left, so I have to assume that they will take care of the left side. Now I can finally use the potential of the Jagdtiger and push the enemy. With the armor, the Jagdtiger is able to bounce some armor-piercing high explosive shots. I still have to keep in mind that the side armor is weak, and this is why I don't want to brawl face to face with the enemy. Again, I keep some distance to the enemy and reduce the angle of a possible attack, but I stay in the open and try to attract the attention of the enemy on me, so that my team is able to clear and capture the point again. Now we have an interesting situation. The M18 that I saw earlier is trying to flank me. Since I don't have a turret on this tank, I have to turn the whole case to get my aim on the M18. Again, the distance I kept was helpful and I had enough time to turn my tank. The Jagdtiger has an outstanding gun for its BR. And especially in a down tier match, you can use aiming and shooting with binoculars because you don't have to aim for a weak spot. Even when you keep some distance to the enemy, the repair time of the gun can be really painful in a more close combat situation. This is why I wiggle the tank and give the enemy a hard time to aim on my gun. In the beginning of this video I mentioned that this map is not that easy. Don't underestimate the importance of the capture point B. In this situation the capture point A is getting cleared by the enemy team. On the minimap I can see that my team has occupied the capture point B. This means I should be able to push the enemy at the capture point A, because no enemy should be able to shoot on my side armor from the capture point B. My teammate and I detected the enemy hiding behind that building in front of us, and the enemy is using smoke as visual cover. This means either the enemy wants to get away, or more likely he wants to flank us. So I have to back up and bring my tank into position to face my strong front armor towards the gun of the enemy. Again, the good mobility of the Jagdtiger and my tip to stick with teammates helped me to do so. At the end we weren't able to win this match, but I took out 9 enemies and defended the capture point A the whole time. On my way to the capture point B I got destroyed. The Jagdtiger has a good acceleration and reverse speed, but moving from capture point to capture point is not that easy, especially since it is a casemate tank and you have to plan your route carefully. I hope I was able to show you how my tips for the Jagdtiger work in a down tier match and you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe and leave a comment if you want to, and check out my Discord server for more information and to connect with other players. Hope to see you in game soon.